name is Grace Riddell. I'm the director of this amazing show. I'm so proud of all the actors who are in my show. They've worked very, very hard on this. It is a comedy, so I encourage all of you to laugh, and it's a murder mystery, so whatever you find out at the end, please do not go and reveal it. We do use a fog machine and a special effects gunshot, so just as a warning so you are aware that it will happen. And there is also going to be a 15-minute intermission, and please silence your cell phones because they are distracting to the actors. And yeah, thank you and enjoy.
Jeez! Move! Move!
Me and the lads at the bar have decided it's first-class family entertainment, but if it goes on 10:30, it's self-indulgent. Pass it on. Don't mind if I join you.
Hello, Bird Boot.
Where's Higgs?
I'm standing in.
Where's Higgs?
Every time.
What?
It is as if we existed only one at a time, combining to achieve continuity. I keep space warm for Higgs. Her presence defines my absence confirms her presence precludes mine. When Higgs and I walk down this aisle together to claim our common seat, the oceans will fall into the skies and the trees will hang with fishes.
Where's Higgs?
The very sight of me with a complimentary ticket is enough. The streets are impassable tonight, the country is rising, and the cry goes up and up the hill. Where is Higgs? Perhaps she's dead at last, or trapped in a lift somewhere. She succumbed to amnesia, and she's wandering the land with her turnout stuffed with ticket stubs.
Yes. Yes. Well, I didn't bring Myrtle tonight. Not exactly her cup of tea, I thought tonight.
Over her head, you mean?
Well, it's sort of a thriller, isn't it?
Is it?
That's what I heard. Who killed him? No one will leave the house.
I suppose so. Underneath.
Underneath? It's a whodunit, man. Look at it. Has it started yet?
Yes.
Are you sure?
It's a pause.
You can't start with a pause. If you want my opinion, there's total panic back there. Where's Higgs tonight?
It will follow me to the grave and become my epitaph. Here lies Moon, the second string. Where's Higgs? Sometimes I dream of revolution, a bloody coup d'etat by the second rank. Troops of actors slaughtered by their understudies, magicians sawn in half by indefatigably smiling glamour girls, cricket teams wiped out by marauding bands of 12th men. I dream of champions chopped down by rapid punching sparring partners while eternal bridesmaids turn and break the bridegrooms over sausage rolls, and the parliamentary private secretaries plant bombs in the prime minister's humber. Comedians die on provincial stages, robbed of their feats by mutually triumphant stooges. And march! An army of assistants and deputies, the seconds in commands, the runners-up, the right-hand men, all storming the palace gates, wherein the second son has already committed regicide with a croquet mallet. Standings of the world, stand up! Sometimes I dream of Higgs.
Have a chocolate.
What kind?
Black magic.
No thanks.
I'll give you a tip then. Watch the girl.
You think she did it?
No, watch her.
What girl?
You won't know her. I'll give you a nudge.
You know her, do you?
What's that supposed to mean?
I beg your pardon.
I'm trying to tip you a wink. Give you a nudge, as good as a tip. For God's sake, Moon, what's the matter with you? You can do yourself some good. Spying her out new. She's new, from the provinces, going straight to the top. I don't want to put the words in your mouth, but a word from us, and we can make her.
I suppose you've made dozens of them like that.
I'll have you know I'm a family man, devoted to my homely and good-natured looking wife.
No.
And if you're suggesting
I'm
a
sorry.
man of my scrupulous integrity,
Is that hard?
don't be absurd. Wouldn't be seen to...
Mrs. Drudge, the hell?
We interrupt our program for a special police message. The search still goes on for the escaped madman who is on the run in Essex.
Essex?
Police led by Inspector Hound have received a report that the man has been seen in desolate marshes around Muldoon Manor. The man is wearing a darkish suit and a lightish shirt. He's medium height and built and youngish. Anyone seeing a man answering to this description and acting suspiciously is advised to phone the nearest police station.
So that's what they say about me. Is it?
What?
I know it goes by my back. Laughter, slanders. Hole in the corner innuendo. What have you heard?
Nothing.
Tittle tattle. Tittle, my dear fellow. Tattle. I take no notice of it. The sly, envious scandal mongers. I can afford to ignore them. I'm a respectable, married man.
Incidentally,
Water off a duck's back, I assure you.
who was the lady I saw you with last night?
How dare you! How dare you! Don't you dare come here with your slimy insinuation. My wife Myrtle understands perfectly well that a man of my critical standing is occasionally obliged to mingle in the world of footlights, simply by keeping out the A with the latest.
I'm sorry.
That a critic of my scrupulous integrity should be vilified and pilloried. I have nothing to hide. Why? If this should reach the ears of my beloved
Can
Myrtle.
I have chocolate?
What? Oh, yes. Let's have a chocolate. No needing to. Yes. Good show. Which one do you fancy? Cherry? Strawberry?
I'll have them on to Lamar.
Ah, sorry.
Gooseberry fondue?
No.
Pistachio fudge? Nectarine cluster? Hickory nut praline? Chateau neuf de pop 55 cracknel?
I'm afraid not. Caramel?
Yes, all right.
Thanks very much. Incidentally, old chap, I'd be grateful if you didn't talk. You know how these misunderstandings get about.
What?
The thing is, Myrtle simply doesn't like theater.
By the way, congratulations, Bergut.
What?
At the Theatre Royale, your entire review reproduced in neon.
Oh, that old thing.
You've seen it, of course.
Well, I was passive.
I definitely intend to take a second look when it's settled down.
Well, I have a few color transparencies. I don't know whether you...
Please, love to. Oh, yes, of course. Yes, awfully sound. It has scale, it has color, it is, in the best sense of the word, electric. Large as it is a small masterpiece. I would go so far as to say kinetic without being caught. And having said that, I think it must be said that here we have a review that brings a new dimension to the critical scene. I urge you to make haste to the Theatre Royale, for this is the stuff of life itself. All I ever got was unforgettable on the posters for, what was it again?
That was you? I thought it was his.
Hello? The drawing room of Lady Muldoon's country residence one morning in early spring. Hello? Who? Who do you wish to speak to? I'm afraid there's no one of that name here. This is all very mysterious, and I'm sure it's leading up to something. I hope nothing is amiss for we. That is Lady Muldoon and her house guests cut off from all the world, including Magnus Muldoon, the wheelchair-ridden half-brother of Lord Albert Muldoon, who 10 years ago went up for a walk on the cliffs and was never seen again. All alone, they had no children.
Derivative, of course.
Quite sound.
Should a stranger enter our midst, which I very much doubt, I'll tell him you called. Goodbye.
Hello. I'm Simon Gascoigne. I hope you don't mind that the door was open, so I wandered in. So I met my friend of Lady Muldoon. I met acquaintance to a future friend of Mr. Cunningham, moving into the neighborhood just the other day.
I'm Mrs. Strokes. I don't live in, but I pop in on my bicycle when the weather allows in the hope and running of a charming but isolated Muldoon Manor. And judging by the time you want to get here before I want to cut us off from all practical purposes of the outside world.
Well, yes, I took a shortcut through the cliffs and followed the old smuggler's path through the treacherous swamps that surround the strangely accessible house.
Yes, many visitors have remarked on the topographical court whereby there are no roads leading to the manor, but there are ways of getting to it, weather allowing.
Yes, I must say, it is a wonderful day today.
But now that the cuckoo beers in bud, the fog will be here before the sun hits Foster's Ridge.
I must say, it's wonderful how you country people really know weather.
No weather what?
Well, it is coming on a bit foggy, isn't it?
Yeah, the fog is treacherous around here. It shrouds the cliffs like a deadly mantle or blind man's butt.
Yes, I've heard it said.
I've known whole weekends in Muldoon Manor, as this lovely Queen Anne house is called, where we might as well have been floating on a pack of ice for all the good it would have done phoning the police. It was on such a weekend as this that Lord Albert Muldoon brought his beautiful wife to the home of his ancestors, went out for a walk, and was never seen again.
Yes, indeed. Poor Cynthia.
His name was Albert.
Well, indeed. Poor Albert. But do tell me, is Lady Muldoon about?
Yes, I believe she's on the lawn playing tennis with Felicity Cunningham.
Felicity Cunningham.
Yes, a mutual friend, I believe you said. Happy chance, I'll tell them that you were here.
Oh, no, please. I really should be going. Please don't disturb me. I really should be.
No, it's been a long time since we had 4 for pontoon bridge, and I don't play cards myself.
So there's another guest then.
Yes. Magnus Muldoon, the brother of Lord Elton Muldoon, who showed up a couple of days ago from Canada. He completes the house party.
I think I must be waiting for Higgs to die.
What?
Half afraid that I will vanish when she does.
Hello?
I wonder if it's the same for Puckeridge?
Who?
Third string.
You're stand-in?
Does he wait for Higgs and I to write each other's obituaries? Does he dream?
Then who do you wish to speak to?
What's he like?
Bitter.
I'm sorry, but no one of that name is here.
No, what's he like as a critic?
Nobody knows.
I'm sorry, but you have the wrong number.
There's always been me and Higgs.
Simon Gascoigne. It's not him.
What?
I said it's not him.
Who is it then?
My guess is Magnus.
In disguise, you mean?
What?
You think he's Magnus in disguise?
I don't think you're concentrating, Mary.
I thought that you said...
You keep chattering on about Higgs and Puckeridge. What's the matter with you?
I wonder if they talk about me.
Here is another police message. Essex County Police are still searching in vain for the madman who is at large in the deadly marshes of the coastal region. Inspector Hound, who is masterminding the operation, is not available for comment, but is beginning to believe that he's a secret man. Meanwhile, police and volunteers are combing the swamps with bomb killers shouting, "Don't be a madman, give yourselves up." That is the end of this message.
Yes, yes.
Yes, I should think that my name is seldom off Puckeridge's lips. Sad, really. It's no life at all, a stand-in, stand-in.
Yes, oh yes.
Higgs never gives me a second thought. I can tell by the way she nods.
Revenge, of course.
What?
Jealousy.
Nonsense. There's nothing personal
The
in
paranoid
it. It
grudge.
is merely that it is not enough to wax at another's wing, to be held in reserve, to be on hand, on call, to step in or not at all, the near offer, the substitute. For I am moon, continuous moon, in my own shoes. Moon in June, April, September, and no member of the human race keeps warm my bit of space. Yes, I can tell by the way she nods.
Quite mad, of course.
What?
The answer lies out there in the swamps.
Oh,
The skeleton in the cupboard's finally coming home to roost.
oh, yes. Well, already in the opening stages, we note the classic impact of the catalytic figure, the outsider, plunging through to the center of an ordered world and setting up the disruptions, the shock waves, which, unless I am much mistaken, will strip these comfortable people, these crustaceans in the rock pool of society, strip them of their shells and leave them exposed as the trembling raw meat which at heart is all of us. But there's more to it than that.
I agree. Keep your eye on Magnus.
Out! I said, bird boot.
That's the one.
You,
Well, hello again.
what are you doing here?
Well, I,
Shh.
Honestly, darling, you really are extraordinary.
well, it's no doubt that you're surprised to see me.
You must have been desperate to see me. I mean, I'm flattered, but couldn't it wait till I got back?
Look, there's something that you don't know.
What is it?
It was about the things that I said. I might have gotten carried away a bit. We both did.
What are you trying to say?
I love another.
I see.
I didn't make any promises. I really...
You don't have to say anymore.
Look, I didn't want to hurt you.
Of all the nerve!
Hold on.
You philandering coward!
Why?
This is hardly the time and place you think you can barge in anywhere, whatever I happen to be doing.
But my admiration for you, since I want you to know that the things I say...
I'll kill you for this, Simon Gascoigne.
It was her.
I told you, straight to the top.
No, no.
Shh.
Yes, what is it?
I've come to set up the card table, sir.
I really must be there.
Lady Muldoon will be very disappointed.
Does she know I'm here?
Yes, I told her earlier and I put her in quite a tizzy.
Well, I suppose I did clear the air. Quite tizzy, did you say? Really? Really?
Felicity, she's the one.
Nonsense, red herring.
No, I mean it was her.
What was?
The woman that assaulted with us.
Are you suggesting I would trade my pen for a mess of pottage simply because I have struck up an acquaintance, if you like, in the vineyard of Brisbane? I find it simply intolerable to be vilified and villarized.
I never implied.
That I am the object of uninformed malice.
I'm sorry.
That I am a journal of my optimistic integrity. A ladies' man. Why? Myrtle and I have been together for... Christ, who is that?
Simon!
Lady Muldoon.
No, who is she?
Cynthia!
Don't say anything for a moment! Just
in love with you.
Please, remember where we are.
But Cynthia, I love you.
Don't. I love Albert.
Albert's dead. Do you hear me? He's dead, Cynthia.
No, let me go. We are not free. I will never give up hope.
But Cynthia, I'm just trying to say is that...
You're a cad, Simon. You will use me, cast me aside as you've cast aside so many others.
But Cynthia, you'll make me a better person.
You're ruthless. So strong, so cruel.
The son she never had now projected in his handsome shoulder. More mental power. You, the vigor, the animal, the athlete instinct, breaking down the barriers at the deepest level inside.
By Jove, I think you're right. My mouth is open.
Stop! Can't you see you're making a fool of yourself?
I'll kill anyone who comes between us.
Yes? What is it, Mrs. Drudge?
Should I close the doors, my lady? The fog seems to be rolling in.
Yes, you'd better. Looks like we're in for one of those days. Are the cards ready?
Yes, my lady.
Will you tell Mrs. Cunningham we're waiting?
Yes, my lady.
And fetch the major down.
I think I hear him coming down the stairs now.
Watch out! Watch out!
Give it a chance. Bend under the wheel.
Let me say something.
I'm most frightfully sorry.
Simon?
I have witnesses.
Golly. All right.
So how long have you been a pedestrian?
Ever since I could walk.
Can you walk now?
So,
Oh, thank God. Magnus, this is Simon Gascoigne.
What's he doing here?
He just turned up.
Really? How do you like it here?
well, I could stay here forever.
So you're still here.
Of course he's still here. We're going to play cards. There's no need to introduce you to, is there? But now that I recall, you, Simon, met me through our mutual friend, Felicity.
Yes, Simon is an old friend, though not as old as you, Cynthia dear.
Yes, I haven't seen Felicity since.
Last night.
Indeed? Well, you deal Felicity. Simon, help me with the sofa. Will you deal Felicity Magnus against Simon and me?
Will Simon, you always be pardoned against me, Cynthia dear?
What do you mean, Magnus?
You are a damned attractive woman, Cynthia.
Please, please, remember, Albert.
Albert's dead, Cynthia.
You are still young. I'm sure it would have wished.
No, Magnus, this is not to be.
Gas point, isn't it?
I'll kill him! Simon! Right, who starts?
I do. No bid.
Did I hear you say you saw Felicity last night, Simon?
Yes, I did. Felicity, your turn.
I believe I've had my turn. Haven't I, Simon? Now it seems it's Cynthia's turn.
That's my trick, Felicity, dear.
Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned, Simon.
Yes, I've heard it said.
So I hope you have not been cheating, Simon.
No, Felicity, it's just that I hold the cards.
Well done, Simon.
Strange how Simon appeared in the neighborhood from nowhere. We know so little about him.
Right, Simon, it's your opening on the minor bid.
Yes.
Let's see.
I hear there's a dangerous madman on the loose.
Simon?
Yes, sorry.
Hi, Meld.
Personally, I think he's hiding out in the deserted cottage on the cliffs.
Flush.
No! Simon, your luck's in tonight.
We shall see. The night is not yet over, Simon Gascoigne.
So I assume that you're the crippled half-brother of Lady Muldoon, who showed up out of the blue from Canada just the other day. It took you quite some time to get here. What did you do, walk? I'm most probably sorry.
Careful spin round the rose garden, Cynthia?
No, Magnus, I must talk to Simon.
Looks like my round, Ranger.
You think so?
Yes, I do, Major.
There's an old Canadian proverb handed down from the Blackfoot Indians. He who lives long lasts a lot, long lasts a lot.
Yes, I heard it said.
Well, I think I'll go and oil my gun.
I think Magnus suspects something. And Felicity. Simon, was there anything between you and Felicity?
No, it's over between me and her, Cynthia. It was me a passing fleeting thing that we had. But now that I
If
found
I find that you have been untrue to me, if I find that you have falsely seduced me for my dear husband, Albert, I will kill you, Simon Gascoigne!
Camps it around the old Vic in his opera cloak and passes me the tab.
believe in love at first sight?
It's not that I think I'm a better critic.
I feel my whole life changing.
I am, but it's not that.
Oh, the world will laugh at me, I know.
It's not that they are much in the way of shoes to step into.
Call me an infatuated old fool.
They are not.
Condemn me.
She's standing in my life, that's all.
Betrayer of my class.
An almost continuous eclipse interrupted by the phenomenon of moonlight.
I don't care. I'm a goner.
And I dream
The Blue Angels all over again.
of the day that her temperature climbs through the top of her head,
Ah, the sweet madness of love.
of the spasm on the stairs,
Farewell, Myrtle,
dreaming of the stairs she'll never reach.
where I live, but only once.
Sometimes I dream that I've killed her.
What?
What?
Yes, a beautiful performance, a collector's piece, I shall say so.
A very promising debut, I'll put in a good word.
It would be as hypocritical to me as to withhold praise on the grounds of personal feelings, as to withhold censure.
You're right. Courageous.
Oh, I know what people say. There goes Bird Boot buttering up his latest.
Oh, ignore them.
But I rise above that. The fact is, I genuinely consider her performance to be one of the summits in contemporary theater.
Trim buttocks, that's the word for her.
Radiance, the inner sadness.
Does she actually come across with it?
The part is written as a mere cipher, but she manages to make Cynthia a real person.
Cynthia.
And as should she, care to meet me over for a drink, simply by way of thanking me.
Well, you fickle old bastard.
Are you Well now, shaking up quite nicely. What did you say?
Oh, yes, a nice trichotomy of forces. One must reserve judgment, of course, until the confrontation, but I think it's pretty clear where we're heading.
I agree. It's Magnus a mile off.
What's madness a mile off?
If we knew that, we wouldn't be here.
Let me at once say that it has elan, while at the same time avoiding éclat. Having said that, and I think it must be said, I am bound to ask, does this play know where it's going?
Well, it seems open and shut to me, Moon. Magnus is not who he pretends to be. He's got his next victim marked down.
Does it, I repeat, declare its affiliations? There are moments, and I would not begrudge of this, that this play, if we can call it that, and I think on balance we can, aligns itself uncompromisingly on the side of life. Je suis, it seems to be saying, ergo sum. But is that enough? I think we are entitled to ask. For what in fact are we concerned with here? It is my belief that here we are concerned with what I have referred to elsewhere as the nature of identity. And here one is irresistibly reminded of Voltaire's cry, voila! I think we are entitled to ask, where is God?
Who?
God!
God!
I think we are entitled to ask.
The same? Half an hour later? I'm sorry, there's no other name here. Black or white, my lady?
White, please.
Black or white, miss?
White, please.
Black or white, major?
White, please.
Sugar, my lady?
Yes, please.
Sugar, miss?
Yes, please.
Sugar, major?
Yes, please.
Biscuit, my lady?
No, thank you.
However, the second act fails to fulfill the promise.
If you ask me, I think there's something funny going on.
We interrupt the program for a special police message. The search for the dangerous madman who is on the loose in Essex has now narrowed to the immediate vicinity of Muldoon Manor. Police are hampered by the deadly swamps and fog, but believe that the madman spent last night in the deserted cottage at the cliffs. The public is advised to stick together and make sure none of their number is missing. That is the end of the police message.
Where's Simon?
Who?
Simon, have you seen him?
No.
Have you, Magnus?
No.
Oh.
Yes, there's something foreboding in the air. It is as if
Oh, Felicity, please. The house is locked up tight, no one can get in, and the police are practically on the doorstep.
I don't know, it's just a feeling.
It's only the fog.
Hound would never get through on a day like this.
Fog?
He means the inspector.
Is he bringing a dog?
Not that I know.
Yes, I'm afraid the madman can show his hands in safety now.
What's that?
It sounded like the cry of a gigantic hound.
Poor devil!
There it is again.
It's coming this way! It's right up to the house! swamp boots. Mr. Drop will take them out for you. Lovely. Be prepared, as the force's motto has it. Hey, Inspector, how very resourceful. Oh, it'll take more than a bit of weather to stop a policeman from his duties. Oh, Inspector Hound, Felicity Cunningham, and Major Magnus Muldoon. Evening. Well, sorry. No, do go on.
Okay, well, tell me in your own words what happened. Begin at the beginning and don't leave anything out.
I beg your pardon.
Fear nothing. You're in safe hands now. I do hope that you haven't touched anything.
I'm afraid I don't understand.
I'm Inspector Hound.
Yes.
What's it all about?
What?
Well, how did it begin?
Excuse me?
You know the thing.
What thing? The trouble. There hasn't been any trouble.
Didn't you phone the police?
No.
I didn't.
What for?
See, this puts me in a rather difficult position. I must be going.
I'm terribly sorry.
No, it's quite all right.
Thank you so much for coming.
Oh, it could have been a serious matter.
Drink.
More serious than that, even.
Drink before you go.
No, thank you.
I do hope you find
Thank
him.
you, madam, out with it.
Well, I thought you were looking for the lunatic.
And what do you know about that?
Well, it was on the radio.
What? Well, that's what I'm here about, really. I didn't want to say anything because I didn't know how much you knew. No need to cause unnecessary panic, even with a murderer in our midst.
Murderer, did you say?
Was that not on the radio?
Whom has he murdered, Inspector?
Perhaps no one. Yet. Let us hope that we're in time.
You believe he's our midst, Inspector?
I do. If any one of you have recently encountered a youngish, good-looking fellow in a smart suit, white shirt, hatless, well-spoken, someone who possibly could be claimed to have just moved to the neighborhood, someone who on the surface seems as sane as you or I, then now is the time to speak. Don't interrupt.
Inspector!
Very well.
No, Felicity, please.
Lady Cynthia! Lady Cynthia! I'm telling you, we're all in this together. You must put yourself completely in my hands.
Don't, Inspector. I love Albert.
I don't think you quite grasp my meaning.
Is one of us in danger, Inspector?
Did it strike you as odd that the madman made a beeline from Muldoon Manor? It is my guess that he holds a deep-seated grudge against someone in this very house. Lady Muldoon, where is your husband?
My husband? You don't mean?
I don't know, but I have reason to believe one of you is the real McCoy.
The real what?
William Herbert McCoy. But the young man being solicited for 6 pence in the street for a cup of coffee responded to the madman, "Why don't you do a decent day's work, you shifty old bag of horse manure?" and went on to make his fortune. The madman never forgot that moment because he was a young boy at the time. But he never forgot it, and he always carried in his heart the promise of revenge.
Now they see.
Okay. Is there something you've forgotten to tell me?
So the madman has struck!
Oh, it's horrible, horrible.
Yes, now you see the kind of man you are protecting.
I can't believe it.
Oh, I'll have to tell her, Cynthia. Inspector, a stranger of that description has appeared in our midst, Simon Gascoigne. Oh, he had charm, I'll give you that. And he took me in completely. I'm afraid I made a fool of myself. And so did Cynthia.
Where is he now?
He must be around the house. Couldn't get away in these conditions.
You're right. Fear not, Lady Muldoon. I shall apprehend the man that killed your husband.
My husband? I don't understand.
Everything points to Gascoigne.
But who's that?
That's your husband.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
I tell you it's not.
Well, I'm in charge of this case.
But then who is that?
It's your husband!
For goodness sake!
Well, I don't know who it is. Anybody?
I've never seen him before.
Why am I here by other
Oh,
men?
this case is in utter shambles.
What are we going to do?
I'll phone the police.
But you are the police.
Well, thank God I'm here. The lines have been cut.
You mean?
Yes, we're on our own, cut off from the world and in grave danger.
You mean?
Yes, I think the killer will strike again.
You mean?
Yes, one of us ordinary mortals cut off from the world, thrown together by fate is the murderer. He must be found. Search the house.
Hello? One around? Strange, I thought I heard some people. Here.
This is where Simon gets the job. Jimmy, let's get off the stick.
Oh my God! What happened, Inspector?
He's dead. Simon Gascoigne, I presume. Rough justice even for a killer. Unless we assume that the body could not have been here before Simon entered the house. In that case, there's your answer. But now, who killed Simon Gascoigne? And why?
It must be quite easy provided one's motive is sufficiently inscrutable.
Oh, young pup. He was deceiving her left, right, and center.
Of course, I'd still have Puckeridge behind me.
She needs someone steadier, more mature.
And if I could, so could he.
I know her nice hotel. Very discreet, run by a man of the world.
Uneasy lies the head that wears the crown.
Breakfast served in one's room, no questions asked.
Does Puckeridge dream of me?
Hello? What's happened?
Oh, yes. What do you think of it so far?
It is at this point that the play comes alive. The groundwork has been well, truly laid, and the author has taken the trouble to learn from masters of genre. He has created real situations and fueled out his ability to resolve with the startling denouement. Certainly, that is what it so far lacks. But it has a beginning, a middle, and I have no doubt it will prove to have an end. So let us give thanks, and double thanks, for a good clean show without a trace of smut. And perhaps this would all be for nothing, but this is one of the finest contemporary theaters and the finest in theater since the war.
If we examine this more closely, and I think a close examination is the least tribute that this play deserves, I think that we will find within the austere framework of what is to be seen on one level, a country house weekend, and what a useful symbol that is. The author has given us, yes, I will go so as far as to say, has given us the human condition.
More talent than a little finger.
An uncanny ear that might belong to a Van Gogh.
To suggest the date the birthday honors to date have neglected.
Faced as we are with such ubiquitous obliquity, it is hard indeed. Therefore, I will not refrain from invoking the names of Kafka, Sartre, Shakespeare, St. Paul, Beckett, Burkitt, Pinero, Pirandello, Dante, and Dorothy L. Sayers.
A rattling good evening out. I was held.
Harder still if it's possible to be. I know that I... Harder still if it's possible to be. Neither do I find it easy. Dante and Dorothy L. Sayers. Dante and Dorothy L. Sayers. Harder still.
Move! What are you doing?
Hello. It's for you.
Hello? Oh, for goodness sake, Myrtle, I told you, never phone me at work. What? Last night? I'm not talking about I took her to dinner, simply by keeping out with the latest in the world, in the paint and the mode. No, I'm not. No, she's not. Myrtle, no! I can't. I'm not alone. No, she's... All right. I love your little pink ears. You're my own fluffy bunny boo. Oh, for Christ's sake, Myrtle, goodbye.
You.
Oh, hello again.
What are you doing here?
Well,
Honestly, darling, you really are extraordinary.
Well, yes, here I am.
You must have been desperate to see me. I mean, I'm flattered, but couldn't you wait until I got back?
No, you got it all wrong.
What is it?
Perhaps we got carried away a bit, perhaps.
What are you trying to say?
I want to call it off.
I see.
I didn't promise anything. It's just, I have my reputation. People do talk.
You don't have to say anymore.
And my wife, Myrtle, I don't know how she got to hear of it, but...
Of all the nerve!
I'm sorry, I had to find out this way.
You philandering coward!
I'm sorry, but I want to be honest about the things I said. Oh yes, just brilliant promise, I shall say so.
I'll kill you for this, Simon Gascoigne.
God.
I've come to set the card table, sir.
I can't stay for a game of cards.
Oh, Lady Muldoon will be very disappointed.
You mean she wants to meet me?
Yes, I told her this morning and we're quite a tizzy.
Yes, well, a man of my certain influence is not one to be sneezed at. Yes, quite a tizzy, you say?
Bergoot, what the hell are you doing?
Nothing.
Stop making an ass of yourself. Come back.
Oh, I know what you're thinking, but I generally consider her performance to be one of the songs to consider.
Darling!
Ah, good evening. Okay, say I generally consider.
Don't say anything for a moment. Just hold me.
All right. Oh, my God. She does have her mouth open. Dear lady, from the first moment I set eyes on you, I was in total love.
We can't go on meeting like this.
No, I am not ashamed to proclaim my daily love for you. Fortunately, that will not be necessary. I have a rather nice hotel, very discreet, run by a man of the
But
world.
darling, this is madness.
Yes, I am mad with love.
Please remember where we are.
Let them think what they want. I love you.
Don't. I love Albert.
He's dead. Don't you understand me? Albert's dead.
Now let me go. We are not free. I will never give up hope.
You mean Myrtle? She means nothing to me. She's all cocoa and blue fur nylon slippers. Not a spark of creative genius in her whole gay-like naked body.
You're a cad, Simon. You will use me, cast me aside. You've cast aside so many others.
No, Cynthia. Now that I found you.
You're ruthless. So strong, so cruel.
You taking leave of your tiny mind.
Stop! Can't you see you're making a fool of yourself?
She's right.
You keep out of this.
Yes? What is it, Mrs. Drudge?
Shall I close the doors, my
Yes,
lady?
you'd better.
Look, they've got your number.
I'll leave at my own time. Thank you very much.
It's the finish of you. I suppose you know
I
that.
don't need your two-penny prognostications. I have found something better and finer.
If only it were Higgs.
And fetch the wager down.
I think I hear him coming down the stairs now. Watch out! Watch out!
Oh, darling, say something!
Oh, the reckless
Oh,
master!
thank God.
What's he doing here?
He just turned up.
Really? How do you like it here?
I couldn't take it night after night.
So you're still here?
Of course he's still here. We're going to play cards. There's no need to introduce you two, is there? But now that I recall, you, Simon, met me through our mutual friend, Felicity.
Yes, Simon is an old friend.
Yes, well, I like the young comers up and new as yet. She lacks talent as yet.
Last night?
I'm not talking about last night.
Indeed? Well, you deal, Felicity. Simon, help me with the sofa.
Did you see that? Tried to kill me. I told you it was Magnus. Not that it is Magnus.
Who did it, you mean?
What?
You think it's not Magnus who did it?
The facts are staring me in the face, Mood. He's after Cynthia for one thing.
It's gas point, isn't it?
Over my dead body.
Oh,
Kill her!
oh my God, come back and sit down!
She needs me, Mood. I've got to make up before.
Right. Who starts?
I do. I'll dummy for a no-bid rough and double my holdings on South Queen.
Did I hear you say you saw Felicity last night, Simon?
Page 21 or trump my contract.
I'll trump your contract with 5 dummy no trumps there. I support your rebid with bank on the solo second trick there.
Would you mind doing that again?
And I'll trump your contract with 5 dummy no trumps there. I support your rebid with the bank on the solo second trick there.
I call your bluff.
Well done, Simon.
Strange how Simon appeared in the neighborhood from nowhere. We know so little about him.
Right, Simon, it's your opening on the minor bid. Let's see. I think I'll overbid the spade convention there and double up on King's Gambit 5 there.
Fare vos jeux, rien ne va plus, rosa tenor, 0.
I call your bluff.
I meld.
I cuff,
I rough.
I bluff.
Twist.
bust,
Check.
Snap.
How's that?
not out.
Double top.
Bingo! Woo!
No. Simon, your luck's in tonight.
We shall see. The night is not yet over. Simon Gascoigne.
Red herring. Smell it a mile off. Oh yes, she's as clean as a whistle. I've seen it 1,000 times. And I've seen you too before. Strange. Where was it?
Care for a spin around the rose garden?
No, Magnus, I must talk to Simon.
She's not one to reap the limelight. She's not going to overthrow me for a heavily disguised cripple.
You think so?
Yes, Major, I do.
There's an old Canadian proverb.
Don't give me that! I've told you right from the start. Oh, you chaps are not as clever as you think. Sooner or later, you'll make your mistake. Incidentally, where was it where I saw you? I definitely.
Well, I think I'll go and oil my gun.
I
think Magnus suspects something. And Felicity. Simon, was there anything between you and Felicity?
No, that's all over now. It was a mere passing flattery. I gave her a little bit too much to drink. Told her she would go far. Dear me, the fuss that's been made over simple flirtation.
If I find that you have been untrue to me, if I find that you have falsely seduced me from my dear husband, Albert, I will kill you, Simon Gascoigne! Burgoot, for God's sake, pull yourself together!
I can't help it.
What are you doing? You're turning it into a complete farce.
Yes, I know. I shall resign my position. I don't care. I would go on her look. I tell you. Oh my gosh.
Burgoot, listen. Think of your family, your friends, your high standing in the world of letters. I say, what are you doing? Burgoot, leave it alone! What is the matter with you? Come back and sit down!
It sinks.
What?
It sinks.
Don't be silly.
I tell you, it sinks. I don't understand. She's dead.
Dead?
But who would want to
She must have been lying there all the while.
kill Higgs?
But what's she doing here? I was standing in tonight.
Moon.
So it's me and Puckeridge now.
Moon.
But I didn't.
I've got it.
I swear
Oh my God, it seems so open to me now.
I swear I didn't.
I finally see the truth.
Burgoot! Oh my God! What happened, Inspector? He's dead! That's a bit rough, isn't it? A bit extreme? He may have had his faults, I admit he was a fickle old. Who did this and why?
The setting lacks pace, point, focus, interest, drama, wit, or originality is to simply say that this is not my cup of tea at all. One is to compare this ragbag with the masters of genre, but here we have it as a trifle. That's not my cup of tea at all.
You know, I'm sorry to be blunt, but there's just no getting away from it. It lacks pace. A complete ragbag.
I'll go even furthermore. For those of you who are fortunate enough to see the comedy Francis on Wednesday last would have to be reminded that hysterics are not suitable for eclate.
It lacks elan.
Seems that the cast have given up acting altogether. But ever reason so at finding themselves in the evening that will and would indeed make the angels weep.
And you know, I'm not a prude, but I fail to see the necessity for the shower of filth and sexual illusion foisted onto an unsuspecting public under the guise of modernity.
Well, is this your man, Inspector?
Yes. It's Simon. Yes, 4. Is this some kind of joke?
It is, Inspector. Very poor taste.
All right, I'm going to find out who did this. I want everyone to go to the positions that they occupied when the shot was fired. No one will leave the house.
I think we all have the opportunity to fire a shot, Inspector.
I am not.
But which one of us would want to?
Perhaps you, Major Magnus.
Why should I want to kill him?
Because he was on to you. He tumbled you right from the start, and you shot him just when he was about to reveal that you killed this chap.
But what motive would I have to kill him? Who's this chap, Inspector?
Well, I don't know. Quite unlike anyone I've ever met. Well, now.
Inspector,
Yes, what is it, dear lady?
happening to come in this room to close the doors, I heard Simon Gascoigne, the deceased Simon Gascoigne, say to her ladyship, viz.
I will kill anyone who comes between us.
Right! Well, that's it then. This chap was, of course, killed by Simon. But he didn't come between us.
Subsequent to this, I also heard Lady Muldoon say to the deceased, I will kill you, Simon Gascoigne. I hope you don't mind my mentioning it.
Not at all. I am glad you did. It is by these chance remarks that we in the force build up a complete picture before moving in to make the arrest. It will not be long now, I fancy, and I must warn you, Lady Muldoon, that anything you say...
Yes, it's true. I hated Simon Gascoigne, for he had me under his power, but I didn't kill him.
Prior to this, I also heard Felicity Cunningham say to the deceased, I will kill you for this, Simon Gascoigne.
The final piece of the jigsaw! I think I am now in a position to reveal the mystery. This man was, of course, McCoy, by his promises to see her all right on the night, gave in to simple desires. Perhaps she loved him. We may never know. But it was in this promised hour of her triumph that his eyes fell upon another. Yes, I do refer to you, Lady Cynthia Muldoon. From the very moment he caught sight of you, he was under your spell, willing to sacrifice anything, even you, Felicity Cunningham. It was only today, unexpectedly finding him here, that you learned the truth. There was a bitter argument which ended with your promise to kill him, a promise that you carried out at your first opportunity, and I must warn you that anything you say...
But it doesn't make any sense.
Not at first glance, perhaps.
Could not have Simon been killed by the same person who killed McCoy?
But why should any of us want to kill a perfect stranger?
Perhaps he was not a stranger to one of us.
But Simon was the madman, wasn't he?
We only have your word for that, Inspector. We only have your word for a lot of things. For instance, McCoy. Who is he? Is his name really McCoy? Is there any truth in that fantastic and implausible tale of the insult of Canadian streets? Or is it something else? Something quite unknown to us. Suppose for a moment that the madman, having killed a stranger for private and scruple reasons of his own, was disturbed before disposing of the body. So, having cut the telephone wires, he returned to the scene of a crime, masquerading as the police inspector Hound.
But I'm not mad. I'm almost sure that I'm not.
I put it to you. Are you the real Inspector Hound?
You know damn well I'm not. What's it all about?
I thought as much.
I only dream. Sometimes I dream.
So it was you?
The madman killer!
Oh, it's horrible, horrible!
That's what you
I can't believe it!
Yes, we had a shrewd suspicion you would come here, and you walked into our trap.
What trap?
I'm not the real Magnus Muldoon. It was a mere subterfuge. I now reveal myself as the real Inspector Hound. Stand where you are or I shoot.
Puckridge, you killed Higgs and Burke tried to tell me.
Stop in the name of law. I have waited a long time for this moment.
So you are the real Inspector Hound?
Not only that, I've been leading a double life at least.
You mean?
Yes, it's been 10 long years, but don't you know me?
You mean?
Yes, it's me, Albert, who joined the force, rising by merit, the greatest inspector. His past life, the fate cast him back into a whole new line. After the beautiful woman he had brought here as his girl's bride. In short, my darling, my memory has returned and your long wait is over.
Oh, Albert!
Puckridge, you cunning bastard!